and welcome to Bookworm again. Today I'm reviewing this book. It's called Boy. Guess what this is about? It's about Roald Dahl himself. This is an autobiography. He has written about himself and his life as a boy, as you might have guessed. He was very naughty. Roald Dahl attended a lot of schools, and in each and every school he got a big thrash from the headmaster with a long and thin cane. Canes were allowed in those days. Yeah, you hear correctly. Canes were allowed. He had a good thrashing from all the headmasters. There was only one school that he didn't get a thrashing in. It was Repton. Let me tell you the reasons of which he got thrashing. There was a sweet shop, a lady running the and the woman who ran the sweet shop, her name was Mrs. Pratchett. She was an ugly old goblin, really, and everyone hated her. So Thwaites, Roald and his friends decided to play a trick on Mrs. Pratchett. They put a dead mouse in one of her jars of sweets. And when she took it out, she saw a dead mouse. Mrs. Pratchett went to the school and reported to the headmaster that a few of the children of his school had done this. So the headmaster decided to line up all the children of his school and let Mrs. Pratchett look at the children and decide which ones had tricked her. And they were found out and they were thrashed. The second time he got a thrashing was quite unfair. During prep, he asked a boy for a nib. Captain Hardcastle, the teacher who was holding prep, thought he was talking and cheating and lying. After that, when he said that I didn't do it, all the things that we might have said if someone blamed us for something we didn't do, Captain Hardcastle thought he was lying. So he gave him a stripe. A stripe is a type of thing a paper that a master gives you when you misbehave. The stripe will earn you a good thrashing from the headmaster, and that's just what Roald Dahl got. After attending 3 schools, Llandaff Cathedral School, St. Peter's, and Repton, he went to a company called Shell. There, they sent him to East Africa, where he did all sorts of things, which will be given in the next book of the series, called Going Solo. I will be reviewing that later. I love the book because of the adventures in there, and my favorite part was when they put the rats in Mrs. Pratchett's gobstopper jar. I disliked Mrs. Pratchett from the story too, so I was happy that they got revenge. Mrs. Pratchett was a mean old hag. Not unless you gave 60 pence. She would not give you a packet. She would just put the sweets inside a bit of old newspaper and give it to you. And Mrs. Pratchett was completely dirty, and there was a few healthy laws in those days. So she didn't think of using a little shovel as they do nowadays. She just put a dirty hands black with soot and grime inside the jar of the sweets and then gave it to them. Ew. But still they ate them. Roald Dahl and his friends still ate them. Sweets were their lifeblood. As you know, in every Roald Dahl book, there is one last word at the end of the book. That's it. The end of the book. Here is one last word invented by Roald Dahl himself. Make sure you keep it safe. Scrumdiddlyumptious. Adjective. Something that's delicious and lovely. Roald Dahl. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you like my video. Please read the book, and I hope you like it as much as I do. Bye!